Okay, so I'm powered. Ready to go. Okay, today we're going to be working on this furnace. And what's the problem of it is the igniter went bad. And we're going to replace it with a new igniter. Let me show you this. Okay, that's the new igniter. Now these things are very, very fragile. Okay. And we're going to install this into the system. Now you notice I've already got it out. See right there, we already got it out. So we're going to get the bracket onto this and we're going to put it in there and we're going to start the system up. And we're going to also change the filter as well. Okay. Okay, so now, remember I mentioned what happened with the igniter. If you notice, there's a crack with the old one. Now, we're going to replace it with the new one. See how new and shiny it is? Before we do that, we're going to have to take this bracket off and install the new bracket. I'm sorry, install the new igniter with the old bracket. Basically, just slide it on just like that. Get it in that little slot. Right there. So now it's in the slot. So basically now, and you have to be very careful with this. You cannot put your finger onto this because if the oil is on that material right there, if oil gets on it, it could cause it to go like that. So when I get ready to install this, I'll be very careful because it's very fragile. Okay, be really careful. Sliding it in. There we go. So what I do from there, I line my hose up and I'm going to put my screws in it. And this usually takes a 5/16 nut driver. In some cases it could take a 1/4 inch nut driver. But I do have one in my bag. And what I also like to use is this extension. How can I get my fingers back there? I'm going to use the extension. Put the extension on my drill. And pop a screw in. And I have to be very, very, very careful putting this down in between there. And I can meet my hole and I can put my screw in there. Alright. And this bracket takes 2 screws. Okay. Let me line the other hole up. Line the other hole up right there. I'm gonna put this one in too. You have to be you gotta be very careful. Almost there. Alright. Now, the only thing we have to do is our plug in here. See how I plug in there? That plugs into it. And you heard it click. Now what we're going to do, we're going to check our filter. See how dirty our filter is. And it is pretty dirty. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it with a new one. Now, the important thing about this filter, you see that arrow right there. Look at that arrow. The arrow always points toward the unit. See right there? It always points toward the unit. You don't want to forget that. I'm going to slide our door back on. Like so. I can actually take my extension off because I really don't need it right now. But I do need my 5/16 nut driver. The reason I'm putting this door on because my door switch is now closed. And when I turn my switch on, I've already turned the heat on upstairs. So all I gotta do now is hit my switch and we're good. Old part, brand new part that's in there. Okay. So now let's look up here. We're gonna flip our switch on right here. And we're gonna watch this go through a sequence. Okay, the sequence is the inducer fan comes on. It picks up the pressure switch picks up RPM, which this is the pressure switch right here. Picks up RPM, and then it tells your igniter to glow red, and then your gas valve opens and it gives you gas. So down here, shine down here. Notice that igniter is glowing cherry red. Now my gas valve is going to kick on. It's going to give me gas. We've already cleaned the flame sensor, and that flame is burning pretty clean. Notice it has a nice blue flame to it. That is what you want. Okay, so that's it. That is how you repair an igniter on a heating system. My name is Reggie with Mobley Heating and Air or Mobley HVAC. You can reach us at www.mobleyhvac.com. Thank you for your time. Thanks.